Yeah, I'm just gonna begin the video with that because that shit already. I'm gonna try a thing. Either way, the title of this video is gonna be what it is, but I'm still gonna try to reload because the reason why this one's gonna be a makeup video is because I'm not sure how I'm gonna get my feet on the ground doing event of the day and other videos because I have a bunch of stuff spread out before me digitally, and I am trying to organize it all, so, yeah, that's gonna be the start of this video, but we can focus on Kirie in a hot moment. I feel like I've tried to do something before, but it wasn't exactly a review, so this will be the updated. I think those videos still exist on this channel, but obviously those were a long time ago when we did not have things like Ghostly Spear, among other spells, and now Protective Carvings. I think Ghostly Spear was still recent, so... Anywho, we'll remember what this next one is. Kathak, 7th Curse character... Oh, never mind, we're Kirie. So, as I just said, Kathak, 7th Curse character exclusive. Kirie, and we start with Mind Drain, so... As I probably believed before, as we have Light, Strength, second encounter, Charisma, Knowledge, and maybe a second mystery check. Kirie is just a mixed bag of RNG, especially for your first spell. If your first spell is absolute garbage, then your run is going to be meh. You can still survive, it's just going to be meh. But if you have something like Mind Drain or Ghostly Spear, then you get to profit a lot. So, yeah, this run has turned out a lot brighter. Now, not always. If you get random curses here and there that just hurt you a whole bunch, that spell-wise, like Curse Signs on top of and or Broken Jaw, even though those two technically cancel each other out, then sure, your run is a little worse, but usually something like Mind Drain or Ghostly Spear just come out on top, just straight up. We're also taking Scissors to try to do Timeline A, because Kirie is a high knowledge character, and we're on Timeline B, but using a knowledge weapon would be for the best. So a Clap and 4 Bows, though, and then we move on. We could use Mind Drain to try to make this faster on ourselves, especially if we do something like that. School is also high threat level because we took a reason penalty, at least. High threat level. But aside from that, we could run from here. We could also Mind Drain. I think we can Mind Drain once. And then we'll throw one of these out. And if I believe I'm not going to run into another encounter, I could do the bat again, but instead we're going to do this. Also, I completely forgot what my mysteries were for some reason, but it's fine for now. Because Mind Drain and Ghostly Spear only remove -1 max reason and stamina, and you can theoretically go down 4 max stamina, max reason on a regular non-scars and or non-Eldritch Parasite run. Which we are not in, thankfully, but... So if we run into another encounter, it's just going to be bad luck, but I'm going to throw the wooden bat and do this. Because the chances of us running into another encounter in the school is very, very low. Now, if we do run into one, we have something we can do, mainly Mind Drain, but if I could hold off on that and instead use that elsewhere, that would be fine. A katana would be nice as well. But we can still review Kirie overall. I mean, having 6 perception allows Kirie to at least try for the katana, as opposed to other characters who, like Ayaka or Toshiaki, start with moderately low stats. Now, obviously, later on, a katana, no matter where you get the katana in a run, mini katana review, it's very nice. Clap, 2 bows, clap and a bow, I think it seems like. And we'll move on. My mouth hurts right now because of a thing. But we're somewhat fine for now. We're going to increase knowledge just in case it matters. It kind of doesn't, but it might. We definitely 2-turn most ghosts. I think we even 2-turn Rumu ghosts because the katana does so much base damage that it results in our sever damage doing a lot of damage, is what I'm trying to say. So we don't even need to visit the shop. Again, this is kind of a katana run now, so make up katana run instead, but Kirie is pretty much, after her perks, there's nothing else really to say. The passive spell is a big gacha system, and Kirie is still Kirie. Now, obviously, there are certain things I should talk about, like setting a cult shop for Kirie, most likely. But Kirie's strength, regardless, because certain weapons just break that break that rule, like the katana, like the monkey wrench, then Kirie can use these weapons as well. Not that Kirie's dexterity is inherently bad, but hey. Also, that's right, we're on 7th curse, so I could have taken a town mystery first. The cursed scissors would have been okay, but at the same time, we got the katana, so I could, just to mini review. Kirie, I shouldn't cast, just in case I die to stamina. The mini review of Kirie's perks, Second Sight, pretty okay. It's not the best thing, it is conditional, but most bosses that you care about are Eldritch enemies, and that is important because against Eldritch enemies, you can't use insta-kill spells, so any kind of damage increase you get for them, whether that's core strength or time action speed, like Fast Swimmer and Adrenaline, helps out immensely. In Kirie's case, it's Second Sight, and then Ghost Encounters are kind of meh, but if it helps out, it helps out. Normally it does help out, so that's why it's not as much of a problem. As for Arcane Grasp, total garbage. You will never have max. There's no reason to hold on to so many spells. And funny enough, with Azal being in the game now, there's even less reason to have spells on you when the spell rule comes into effect. So, again, the short version, once more, is that you will never hold on to 4 or more spells, because spells are such a grab bag anyway that it almost doesn't matter. So, this doesn't matter either, but we might as well just go for it. Whether we hit this or not, we're gonna get out next turn anyway, so... And then there is Ghost Connection, which grants you a free spell. Bare minimum, you get 1 reason at the end of every mystery, because you can just forget most spells. Some spells you can't forget, obviously, but for the most part, you get reason healing done. And if it's a good spell, it's good. So basically, a gotcha. Really, the more in-depth version of that, of my review, is that it's another grab bag. Spells can work out, or they can't. You get Void, or maybe Invisibility, and it's like, situational. You get Mind Drain or Ghostly Spear, and then you just destroy one enemy for sure. And then maybe you get some free healing like Cauterize. Maybe Expel Evil, which is worth its weight. And then here we have Self-Therapy. I can talk as we move on to our next one. Extra Reason, yeah, if you pair it with Ghost Connection, a lot more, but that's 2 mysteries that you pretty much spend leveling up to heal 6. But it's still nice, and I'm going to take it. Because I'm going to... Unless I can't forget. I forgot. Well, never mind. We're just going to go Ghost Connection for the giggles. Yeah, so forgetting the spell costs 2 reasons, so you are incentivized to use it, and really you should. But we're not. But still, though, there are not enough spells that function like Brain Worms to warrant taking Arcane Grasp. So instead, you take Self-Therapy and try to heal more reason. And if you have Brain Worms, you can do some HP manipulation by spending stamina and then healing reason. Kirie's personal item is Kirie's Bag. When you forget a spell, you instead re-roll, but now it costs reason and Doom. Because if it did not cost Doom, you ran into some pseudo-infinite, or, essentially pseudo-infinites or true infinites, depending on your setup. But I mean, I didn't really mind it, but if it is, it is. I mean, an infinite is an infinite, so that's patched out. For those who didn't know, essentially, Kirie's Bag used to not increase Doom by 1 when you forgot a spell, and now it does. So that's that. And now Kirie's Bag went from usable and near broken when you got an infinite running to pretty much useless, save for very situational very specific situations, which granted is still a thing, but I would say it's even more situational than 75% of the spells requirements in game in terms of looking for fun ways to play them. That being said, though, so we cannot do Desperate Prep Strong, but I don't think it matters. So we're just gonna eat this damage in the face. I could Mind Drain. We're not going to. And then I think there's one more perk. Why am I trying to say spell? So Self-Therapy, probably Kirie's second best perk. No, I think I would go over them all. Second Sight, Ghost Connection, Arcane Grasp, Self-Therapy. And if I didn't talk about Second Sight, it's essentially probably, most likely, Kirie's best perk, objectively, in my opinion. Because I have not crunched the numbers, but I feel that's the case, especially on Harbinger. On any other difficulty, it almost doesn't matter. True Believer, it kind of matters, but even then... So, to that end, I would like Self-Therapy. That's the only reason to save on spells, and why Arcane Grasp might be a very, very situational pick. But if you see Self-Therapy and Arcane Grasp, you're just going to take Self-Therapy and forget spells. Like, again, having like 3 stacks of or 3 copies of Brainworm is not a very frequent occurrence, so therefore Arcane Grasp is pretty much the most useless spell. At least Ghost Connection can give you some randomized RNG. And then Self-Therapy is second, because when you get spells, you can heal more Reason, which is very desperately needed on Harbinger. And then Second Sight gives you the boss damage when needed in your run. By the way, max threat level downtown and thingy now, so that would have been nice. We don't need all that max reason, so eh. We also technically don't need more max reason either, but I value the Mind Drain more than the point in strength. So, as we move on to reviewing Katana, I guess, here, Katana's main weakness is it doesn't help you in events. I know that's not a real weakness, but I'm struggling in real life. So, I could Mind Drain twice and then do a big thingy, a big Katana attack. That would help me out the most likely. So we're gonna do that. We should have 9 max reason, which is still fine. And we will move on. So, yeah, the unfortunate thing, I was looking at going to the vending machines, but we have a cult shop. But I didn't know that we were not going to be using the occult shop. So, yeah. So, the question is, well, we're gonna try to look for self-therapy, but more importantly, we need to heal stamina. And then we take our 3 reason damage and move onward. So, we're just gonna forget one of these immediately. Spells, not items. Probably gonna be Mind Drain, but just in case, we're gonna forget Thread of Fate instead. Thread of Fate and the other instant kill spell they can still be used, it's just a lot more costly in Harbinger, from my experience. Not even an objective, or not even an opinion that I believe is objective, it's just personally, I don't end up using either of the 2 insta-kill spells. One of them only works on humans, and the other works on Eldritch enemies, hence why Kirie's Second Sight perk is so valuable. But anywho, as we get into this... Can we even fit one of these? No, we cannot. 18 HP, but I don't want to take -3 all. This is a... Yeah, this is a beast or monster enemy, so I cannot use anything I have. I could try to Mind Drain again. I don't really want to. I may have to, though. 18. Can I get 8 damage without doing anything weird? The answer is probably no. And we're on our last mystery with... Oh, wait, never mind. We're on Kathak. So, never mind. We are going to Mind Drain. That way we're not eating a bunch of damage. And I should be able to throw one of my items for at least 1 damage. I don't remember which. I want to say it's the Rock Ring and not the Lucky Earrings. It is the Rock Ring. I think the Lucky Earrings do 0 when thrown. But anywho. I could also do this. I just needed to hit 3 stamina, basically. So we're okay. I didn't need to use Mind Drain. That's all I'm trying to say. So we get the Holy Candle. That is going to help out. I don't know how much, but it's going to help out. We can throw away the Lucky Earrings and the Mummified Heart at the end of this. We're going to just do Desperate Strong if possible, which we can because we do 27 damage. Yeah, because otherwise the Katana not being good in events, I mean, that's not really a fair assessment. So really what we're looking at is that the Katana has almost nothing but upsides. Except for the fact that, yes, it is locked out on Ill-Fated, and it is very hard to get if you don't have high perception going into the event. So yeah. I could also humor this boss, but while we have the luxury, we will instead do what we can here to also get a light source. And then get out. So that's our last spell. If we get self-therapy, it would be nice. Which we do. And not really much else to do. This is the run as it is. Didn't even need to grab anything. Even if we did, though, we were likely to survive. But at the same time, the katana carries you so much. Like, it's... I'm playing on Harbinger, and I was pretty much not focusing at all. I could even just fail a bunch of these. I could even do this. So... yeah, it is very... katana is a very powerful item. Kirie is a very okay character, but when things don't... when you don't roll well... if you don't do well in gacha games in terms of pulling for whatever is in your gacha game, then just know Kirie is probably not the character for you. The only other alternative is if you like either using knowledge weapons or like playing with spells, but spells are the big RNG gacha system anyway, so what does it matter? But yeah, without further ado though, if you want to support this channel short-term and long-term, please subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, support how you want to, and I will thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye!